So glitchy. All right. You know the rules. Robots paint, you guess, I drop the clue. Let's play. We are going to try to guess the top 20 movie examples of Hollywood film noir. Okay. Here we go. Number 20. This is starting all the way back in 1948, okay? A tense thriller set inside a sprawling, high-powered publishing office. The protagonist is a crime magazine editor with a knack for solving mysteries. Things get personal when he finds himself framed for murder. Does sound like the typical noir story. Stuart's in the house. Okay, Stuart, we're going to lean on you for the film noir. Gonna lean on you heavily here. He must navigate a labyrinth of clues within his own office to clear his name. This movie stars Ray Milland as a man trying to solve the crime before time runs out. There's the key clue. There's the key clue. He's trying to solve the crime before time runs out. The film's real star is the massive Art Deco clock at the center of the office. The Thin Man. That's a good guess. Incorrect. So this is pretty simple, right? This was just called The Big Clock. The Big Clocks. Anybody, does that sound familiar to anyone? Anyone? The Big Clock. That was number 20. All right. Sounds like the same story on all these. Number 19. A young couple on the run is torn between love and crime. Cool. One of the first noir films to explore doomed romance. It's directed by Nicholas Roy, who brought a tender touch to the story. Okay. Well, she's giving him a little massage there. In case you guys can't tell what's going on there, give him a little massage. Not 39 steps. Not running scared. Not the Thin Man. Their desperate journey showcases the bleakness of the American dream. It is considered a predecessor to Bonnie and Clyde. So Bonnie and Clyde was kind of loosely based on this movie. This noir. The film's tagline, "This boy and this girl were never properly introduced to the world we live in," perfectly captures its mood. What was the other one? Natural Born Killers. Sounds like the Natural Born Killers predecessor. They Live by the Night is what it was called. They Live by the Night. Sounds pretty cool. You guys like Natural Born Killers? Pretty cool movie, huh? Yeah. Kind of different. A little violent. My favorite Rodney Dangerfield movie. All right, number 18. A low-budget gem hailed as one of the grittiest noirs of all time. The protagonist is a hapless pianist hitchhiking across the country. Woody. Juliette Lewis. His journey spirals into a nightmare of bad luck and fatalism. Fate turns cruel when he ends up implicated for murder. Bummer. It's known for its stark atmosphere, like all noirs, and Al Roberts' doomed narration. You got to have some doomed narration. That sounds pretty cool. Gumshoe Blues is incorrect. I like that name, though. That's a good one. The film's tagline, he went searching for love, but fate forced a... He went searching for love, but fate forced a detour. Fate forced a detour. There you go. Detour. All right. They're going to get easier. Maybe. Maybe. Number 17. I've heard of this one. That helps. A love triangle wrapped in a heist film. Burt Lancaster plays a man caught between his ex-wife and a crime boss. Yeah, that'll be a problem. So Burt Lancaster was in a few of these film noirs. Betrayal and double crosses. Betrayal and double crosses are central themes. The tension builds as trust dissolves into treachery. Any guesses? I'm trying to give you a little clue there. Betrayal and double crosses are central themes. The film features an early appearance by Tony Curtis as a jitterbug dancer. Okay, that's cool. Anybody know? Any guesses? 1949. The hell? Burt Lancaster. Love triangle. Tension builds. It's called Crisscross. Crisscross. No? Not familiar? All right, now, I think you've heard of the next one, and it features my favorite actress of the Golden Age. My favorite actress of the Golden Age. Attractive lady. Based on an Ernest Hemingway short story. Burt Lancaster again makes his screen debut as a doomed boxer. The story unfolds through flashbacks after a brutal assassination. Noir meets existentialism as the truth about betrayal unravels. Here's the key clue. Ava Gardner plays a layer of femme fatale intrigue. There you go, Stuart. There you go, Ava Gardner. That's one hottie. And I love her connection to Ernest Hemingway. I love Hemingway. So I love all his stories. The sun also rises and all that. Yeah. The film's opening scene is a near perfect adaptation of Hemingway's story. Cool. The Killers. Ava Gardner. Burt Lancaster. Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to count that as a victory there. I think you'll get this next one too. Number 15. A love-hate relationship set in a South American casino. We all know about our South American casinos. Here's the key. Rita Hayworth's iconic performance as a femme fatale. The chemistry between her and Glenn Ford sizzles. Not Casablanca. No, no, no. It is not. Sorry, I have a distracting light behind me. A famous musical number involves a sultry rendition of Put the Blame on Mame. The line, hate is a very exciting emotion, sums up the toxic romance. So this is all about Rita Hayworth. Rita Hayworth's hair flip when singing became one of cinema's most memorable moments. Let's see. Rita Hayworth always used to say when she was dating that the men would go to bed with this person and wake up with me. Gilda. Everybody loved Gilda, the femme fatale. Gilda was the name of the movie. And it was Rita Hayworth's big moment. All right, here we go. Number 14. A detective with a dark past tries to start over. Robert Mitchum delivers a laid-back but haunted performance. Double crosses and flashbacks make the story twist and turn. The femme fatale, played by Jane Greer, embodies danger and deceit. Not loose cannon. The film's brooding tone and complex narrative define classic noir. The robots are having a little trouble painting the highlights there. Its French title, La Grippe du Passé. I did not say that right. The Claw of the Past. The Claw of the Past captures the film's fatalistic theme. The Claw of the Past. Oh, there you go. Doctor has it. Very good. Awesome. Good job, Doctor. Out of the Past is correct, of course. Out of the Past. Very good. All right. 13. A desperate hustler tries to make it big in London's underworld. Okay, Richard Widmark. You guys remember Richard Widmark? He was big in these noirs. Richard Widmark gives a frantic, nervy performance. The film's shadowy alleyways and neon-lit clubs add to the noir atmosphere. It's a story of ambition turned to desperation. The grim ending reinforces the classic noir theme of inevitable downfall. The theme of inevitable downfall. Oh, not Untouchables. The film's location in London, the setting gives it a unique, gritty edge compared to typical Hollywood noir. So there you go. A little different feel being in London. Anybody know the name of that building in the background there in London? I believe it's a cathedral. This is Night and the City. Night in the City. This is 1950, so this is, more recent. All right. Next up, number 12. I told you they'd be hard. That's okay. We're learning something. This is important stuff. Important stuff. A cop seeks revenge after his wife is killed by a car bomb. Well, yeah, that would piss you off. Sounds like the theme of lots of other movies. It's directed by a guy named Fritz Lang, known for his dark, brutal storytelling. That's good for noirs. Gloria Graham shines as a tragic yet resilient character. The film exposes the corrupt underbelly of the police force. Sounds familiar. And here we go. Here's another new actor, Lee Marvin. His performance as a sadistic thug is unforgettable. He probably never got away from that. Not Public Enemy #1. This is 1953. Lee Marvin, Fritz Lang. Wife is killed by a car bomb. A pot of hot coffee becomes a symbol of violence and betrayal. Of course. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? This was called The Big Heat. The Big Heat, 1953. All right, now this next one's a little more famous. You may have heard of it. You may have heard of it. I've heard of it. 1944. A detective becomes obsessed with the portrait of a murdered woman. As the investigation deepens, so does his infatuation. Gene Tierney's ethereal presence as Laura haunts every frame. You guys remember Gene Tierney at all? She's a hottie. Gene Tierney. She's rumored to have a affair with the JFK also, in addition to Marilyn Monroe. JFK girl. The plot takes a sharp twist when Laura unexpectedly reappears. That would be a twist. A Lady in the Frame is not the name of the movie, but sounds like conceptually correct. That is conceptually correct. Maybe that was the name of the book. The haunting theme music became one of film noir's most iconic scores. So the music defines the noir. The film's tagline, the story of a love that became a legend, hints at mysterious allure. This was called Laura. Just the name Laura. Okay? There you go. Hang on to that double indemnity. That may come up. Doctors being clairvoyant again. Not right now. Doctors being clairvoyant again. Next up, number 10. A brutal, hard-boiled detective story that pushes the boundaries of noir. Introduces a mysterious glowing box hinting at Cold War paranoia. Mike Hammer, the private eye, uncovers a conspiracy darker than he imagined. The film's violent, cynical tone reflects the atomic age. Its apocalyptic ending, I like this, left audiences both shocked and intrigued. Yeah, I guess. If you're making this movie during the Cold War and you show an apocalyptic end, that sounds sketchy. The eerie glowing box inspired similar plot devices in later films, like Pulp Fiction. Anybody know the name of this one? Hang on to that, Doctor. We're not quite ready for it yet. Anybody know? This was called Kiss Me Deadly. Kiss Me Deadly, and it sounds awesome. We're gonna all have to go watch this. Maybe next live show we'll just put that on and we'll have chat. How's that sound? That sound fun? Let's just do that. Sounds easier. All right, Doctor, you're up. A twisted tale of insurance fraud and murder. Billy Wilder's script set the standard for femme fatale trope Barbara Stanwyck plays one of the cinema's most notorious manipulators. Barbara Stanwyck makes her appearance. Oh, and guess who else? Fred McMurray. His voiceover narration sets a grim, reflective tone. It's very good, Doctor. The line, "I killed him for money and for a woman," perfectly captures the noir essence. Yeah, My Three Sons. This wasn't My Three Sons, but same guy. And Big Valley, right? Barbara Stanwyck, Big Valley. Other TV shows. Maybe they both got their TV series from this movie. Wilder insists on casting against type, making McMurray step out of his usual nice guy roles. Yeah, there you go. Double Indemnity. He's not a nice guy in this one. A twisted tale of insurance fraud and murder. You gotta know the next one. Okay, how's that sound? Sound good? See if you can get this. You can get this just from the picture, I bet you. This one is often considered the first major film noir. This is the first one, 1941. First major film noir. Humphrey Bogart stars as the hard-boiled detective Sam Spade. Sam Spade, hard-boiled. A mysterious blackbird becomes the obsession of ruthless characters. John Huston's direction laid the foundation for noir's visual style. Not Casablanca, but good cast by now. Doctor knows. Stewart knows. Can you see the shadow there? The iconic line, "The stuff that dreams are made of," sums up the elusive quest. The statuette used in the film sold at auction for over $4 million in 2013. There you go, a little wooden carved falcon, or is it supposed to be metal? I'm not sure. Maltese falcon. First major film noir. There you go. Checking in at number 8 on our top Hollywood Film Noir. All right, 7 more. We're going to make it. I think. Pretty sure. Now, this is quite a bit later. This is 1958. Orson Welles directs and stars as a morally corrupt cop. The opening tracking shot is one of cinema's most celebrated sequences. Opening tracking shot. It's set on a seedy U.S.-Mexico border town. The film oozes atmosphere. Charlton Heston plays a Mexican narcotics officer investigating a car bombing. The themes of corruption and betrayal make it a quintessential late noir. Third Man is incorrect. Incorrect. I like that. Third Man. I've heard of that. That's not the Third Man. That's the Big Man. That's the Big Man. Wells directed the film reluctantly, but ended up crafting a masterpiece. This is called Touch of Evil, 1958. Touch of Evil. Citizen Kane, good answer. Good movie. Citizen Kane. All right, we got 6 more. Touch of Evil, in case you were keeping score. Number 6. A Cold War noir blending espionage and crime. Can't really see it. Uh-oh, here we go. Richard Widmark again. Richard Widmark stars as a pickpocket who accidentally steals microfilm. Oops, picked the wrong pocket. The plot thickens as spies and cops hunt him down. Samuel Fuller's gritty direction adds a raw urban edge. The film's paranoid atmosphere mirrors the tense political climate of the 1950s. I think these are a little hard with just a still image, right? You'd like to see like a little clip. I don't know. Maybe we can advance to something more. The film was initially criticized for being unpatriotic during the Red Scare. The Cold War noir, blending espionage and crime. Picked the wrong pocket, got the microfilm, set him up for trouble. This is called Pickup on South Street. Pickup on South Street, 1953. Right at the height of the Cold War. Pickup on South Street. All right, top 5. Here we go. Here we go. 1950. And Humphrey Bogart plays a troubled screenwriter with a violent streak. Nice. The film blends romance with a murder investigation. His relationship with his neighbor, played by Gloria Graham, becomes increasingly strained. As suspicion grows, so does the sense of paranoia. The question of whether Bogart's character is a killer keeps the tension high. Bogart's portrayal is one of his most nuanced and disturbing performances ever. All right. So that sounds hard again. 1950. Humphrey Bogart's most disturbing role. There you go. What's it called? No guesses. Okay. It's all right. Called In a Lonely Place. In a Lonely Place. There you go. 1950. There he is. 4 more. 4 more. Harder than you thought, huh? These film noirs. We thought we knew these. Directed by Fritz Lang again, master of dark psychological dramas, a meek cashier falls for a manipulative femme fatale. Those femme fatales, man. They'll be the death of you. His obsession leads to crime, humiliation, and ultimate despair. This one has an interesting part. Oh, we're going to talk about it here. The bleak ending leaves no room for redemption. No room for redemption. Hate that. All right, so here's the key clue. Edward G. Robinson, his portrayal of a hapless romantic is both tragic and haunting. So Edward G. Robinson, I don't know if you guys remember who that is. He used to play lots of like criminals and stuff. Hey, Christina, what's going on? What's going on? Edward G. Robinson, I don't know if you remember him. But anyway, it sounds like an interesting role where he gets taken advantage of by the femme fatale. And it's a sad, tragic, and haunting. The film was controversial for its bleak portrayal of human nature. Called Scarlet Street, all the way back in 1945. Edward G. Robinson. There you go. All right, we got three more. Yeah, sorry, these are so difficult. Yeah, Key Largo. Good. That's a good movie. That's a good movie. I guess that's not a classic film noir. You'll be surprised by number one. It's more contemporary. But here's number three. More of a noir flavored drama than a crime film. Tony Curtis plays a desperate press agent willing to do anything for publicity. And here he is again. Burt Lancaster is a ruthless columnist who manipulates everyone around him. The dialogue crackles with venom and wit, showcasing New York's dark side. Themes of power, betrayal, and ambition dominate the plot. So it's Tony Curtis, Burt Lancaster. No. The film's scathing critique of media ethics makes it feel surprisingly modern. Not political commentary around here. We never do political commentary here at Dave's After Dark. Very subtle. Sweet Smell of Success. The name of the movie, Sweet Smell of Success, 1957. Top two. Now, I think you know both of these. So you would have guessed maybe this one as a classic noir being the top film. Number two, 1950. A faded film star dreams of a comeback while trapped in a fantasy world. William Holden plays a struggling screenwriter who becomes her reluctant companion. Gloria Swanson's portrayal of Norma Desmond is both tragic and terrifying. Very good, Stuart. You know this one. It looks great. You know, I've never watched it all the way through. I've seen little bits of it. The film's opening scene, narrated by a dead man, sets a grim tone. Sounds like a grim tone. The iconic line, "I am big. It's the pictures that got small," captures Hollywood's ruthlessness. Real silent film star Buster Keaton appears in a poker game scene as himself. Interesting. Oh, it has a dark noir ending, does it? Good. Sunset Boulevard is correct. Let's do it at it. Very good. All right, so you're pretty good at the 70s, Christina? Here we go. Making the list on Film Noir, despite its 1974 date. It's a neo-noir that masterfully blends classic noir elements with modern storytelling. Jack Nicholson plays Private Eye Jake Geddes, unraveling a water company conspiracy. It's a good story. Faye Dunaway's character is shrouded in secrets and tragedy. Yeah, you can kind of tell that's who that is there. Come on, robots, help us out. The plot twists reveal corruption that cuts deep into family and politics. Roman Polanski's direction makes every frame atmospheric and tense. Yeah, every frame, every scene is like one of those classic sets, you know? Like very artistic. Have you ever remember what this was called? This is 1974. It's not black and white. It's in color. The movie's in color. This picture's just in black and white. We had to keep with the noir theme. The unforgettable line, "Jake, it's Chinatown," perfectly encapsulate the film's bleak worldview. Yes, Rhombus, you are correct. Chinatown, 1974. Jack Nicholson. Anyway, those were tough. Those were tough. But you know, they're on theme for my channel. So we had to do them. We had to do something on theme.